the Houston Texans. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
And a flag out right away, and I believe our day will begin with a 1st and 15. So the Titans come up here 1st and 15, but kind of interesting, the Titans were penalized the second least amount in the NFL in 2017. From the gun, Mariota. He finds Corey Davis. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 12 yards. And it'll make it a 2nd down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Dion Lewis, a first carry for the expatriate. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Third and short yardage. Mariota. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And this will be caught at the 30. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Wide open receiver complete. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Throwing is Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st and 10, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
This is Lewis. Nifty move. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hopkins. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Here's Watson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. first carry for Lamar Miller. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously...
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at its second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
On second down, here's Miller. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson now on second down. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third, Watson hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the red zone now, Watson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second is Watson. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watson now on third down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. It's caught inside the 25. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big play on third down for the Texans. And even 60 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On second down, here's Watson. And he slides to avoid the hit. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, third and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Arakpo. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And fighting down inside the 25. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the guns. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The final shot before the break. Watson flush to his right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Tiger, Tiger.
Watson on first down. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Two jet!
On first down, it's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first down, Watson. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first two passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Watson. That is caught. It's Perriman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go, I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on fourth and goal.
Another stop on third down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flipping over to the other side, the offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Easy. One.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Stocker's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run. This is Lewis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Forced out to his left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Throwing is Mariota. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Mariota on first down. Buying time to his left. Being chased out left. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Nashville. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, one. Three.
Throwing, Mariota. He's going to launch this thing. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Come back.
After the interception, here's Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Miller. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They keep it with Miller on first down. Open space inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans are in for 6.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mariota now on second down. He's got his man on the crossing route. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Mariota, a hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. A second down throw here for Mariota. Well, going deep here for Taylor. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And Davis has it over the middle. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there at 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down throw for Mariota. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Let's go,
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mariota is going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Titans. 43 yards.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Mariota. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor. That'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now Lewis. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On 3rd down, it's Lewis, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
On 3rd down, it's Lewis. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And Suckup will put this one right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So that will push them back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Back to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He's back to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
Now the first throw in overtime for Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Now a first throw here in overtime. Throw left side complete to Sharp. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Here's Brett Kern now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Now Watson, his first throw of OT. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Come back.
On 1st down, Watson. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Orakpo in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Watson. Now he'll escape to his left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play there in overtime. 47 yards. Well, in overtime, I think coaches always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.